Starts with a fresh shot of espresso. Bold, rich, pulled just right. Then comes the milk, steamed smooth, creamy, and balanced. The perfect latte is not rushed. It is crafted, one cup at a time. Your perfect latte is ready. Coffee first, then everything else.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. I'm DJ Moises. We live in a time when conversations can easily become debates and differences can sometimes create distance between people. Today, we step away from politics, breaking news, and controversy to have a conversation about people, stories, and understanding. Joining us over a conversation made possible by our friends at Coffee First are three talented individuals from the world of film and storytelling. We have Drae Cerna, we have Yamie Cerna, and later on, hopefully not after an hour, we will have Victoria Leslie Ingram. So good afternoon, Drae. Good afternoon, Yamie, and welcome to Beyond the Headlines.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for having us.
having us.
We're also just as grateful because today's conversation is especially for our viewers who are into movies and storytelling.
Yes.
So that said, let's begin it. Okay, so because you are a writer and a director, and you also you are a director.
Yes.
So what drew you into the industry of filmmaking and storytelling?
All right. So
Buzzer, no? Okay.
okay, so I'll go first.
Yes, okay.
So it was a progression of things na kanang kuan ba? It was a progression of creativity. So it started out with just, like me venturing into other forms of creative work. So I started way back with choreography.
Oh.
So that's how it really started, like 15 years ago. I was choreographing.
But did you start with dancing or you were?
Oh yes, I started with dancing and then eventually choreographed.
Okay, I continue.
And then after that, one of the clients that I choreographed for kay naging hanglan og intro video for their before their dance itself, for their presentation. And then they were like kanang may bay aka mo mix og music kanang feel na mo kaya sad nimo mo edit. So they were the first one who trusted me, and like I was okay, let me go ahead and do that. And then eventually so I had to like pick up a camera, like a random camera, to start it off. And then from there, because that video worked, then some people just really by word of mouth, like people would ask me to like film dance videos, and then eventually it became music videos, and then it became short films, and then right now I'm directing the first feature film, co-directing.
Co-directing. So how about you, Yamie?
For me, it's the same progression po siya, but just in a different kanang like
Route.
type lang. Yeah, like cause ako I started this is also my first time directing ever. So ang ako jung buhat sa film is usually just screenwrite, and my writing is what got me there. I started writing like in high school with poetry, and then I have like a deep interest grabe ko mo basag books and stuff like that. I can read like mo basa ko one book a day, ganana ko ka grabe. So ngana sa ko ka ganahan og stories jud mismo. So with the consuming of stories that I did all those years, eventually I reached a point where I also wanted to, write my own stories. So I got into kaning film, and then sa Bisaya Flicks, they asked me to screenwrite some movies niya ako kay kanang I didn't have any formal training or whatsoever. So I was like, kaya ba din ako? Let me try. I did try it, and then it worked somehow. And then after screenwriting mga a number of movies, that's when I realized na I kind of want to write something na just for myself, like kanang on my own, while I nag-ingon ako how the story should start or how it should end, or unsa nga genre dapat, or what topics should be tackled into the story. So kanang mo na naka-create ko og A Quiet Bloom.
So sige, so my next question should then be for you. Why do you think stories matter?
Stories matter because it holds up a mirror to people's realities. It gives us kanang a material to look into nga makarelate ta, and then we see ourselves in characters of those stories, and eventually, hopefully sad, kanang we realize the lessons that those characters also kanang go through.
So speaking of kanang lessons or maybe realizations
Yes.
also, this is for Drae now. What movie did you watch more than once, and maybe you can share to us why?
I honestly haven't really watched a lot of movies because
Oh,
of
okay.
my attention span. But if there was a movie that I watched again and again as a child, it was very random. It was actually Bicentennial Man by Robin Williams. Or it was when he was a robot. So, and that movie was for 3 hours. And koan, nakasugakod ko. Anyway, so yeah.
Why is that so? Because that's 3 hours, and you said that you don't watch movies that much, but why particularly this film?
I have a thing for I guess I have a thing for dystopian movies. So or like movies from the telling from the future. And then so it's really that and artificial intelligence, the one where it was like also a modernized Pinocchio story. So kana, those are the two movies that I've been that I grew up with, that I was inspired by. And more recently, I have been, watching a lot more na kanang that kanang murag nagpa-enhance ako ang film vocabulary. I usually consume stuff just to enjoy it, and then after that critic. But koan, more than once, I guess those two.
So, by the way, joining us is Victoria Ingram. So she was here before. So
Yes.
welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. And now we're part of the conversation about a movie that you watched more than once. No?
Wow.
So for Drae, it's Bicentennial Man, and for you,
I'm gonna scan through my memory. More than once.
A Quiet Bloom. No? Ha?
Answer ko na yun. Well, fair enough. Oh. Kasi many times kay makaget mo kog mga sneak peeks. I think ang sige na kog balik-balik is there's one. This one. Soul. It's an animated film from Disney. I've watched it. I don't know. I can't count how many times I've watched the film. It's a very beautiful film because it keeps me grounded.
Yes.
Because being in the entertainment industry, it feels like it's larger than life.
Yeah.
And then the little things that goes almost unnoticed, sometimes kanang you get so overwhelmed with what's happening around you, then you're unable to notice these little things. But through Soul, it kind of reminds me nga, hey, slow down.
Yes.
You might want to slow down a bit. Look around, appreciate the trees.
The lights.
Yes, the lights. The flowers that bloom. Yeah. So that was the film. That's the film that I've watched several times.
And then you were nodding your head, so I think you want to join in the conversation.
Yes.
Yes, again.
Nice kayo ang Soul. For me, it's Flipped. I don't know if
Yes.
familiar.
Yes.
Flipped. Yeah. Kana by Rob Reiner. Ganahan ko sa story because kanang although kanang the theme is kanang sa siya coming of age nga love story nga kids pa sila ana pero what I loved especially was kanang all the surrounding elements of kanang the characters nga their families, ang dynamics sa each family, and kanang kuan how ang contrast between the two families ingon ana that they live like across from each other ingon ana, and ang symbolism sa jud, that's yeah, it's very like simple kaayo siya, but it means a lot ingon ana, and that's kanang, I think if kanang mutan-aw mo og kanang something that I wrote, like I always try to incorporate yun ana, like simple things pero kanang with meaning.
So I have to admit, no, all the films that you mentioned, I have not watched.
Ay.
So I have more, no, on
So,
my list, no, for me,
recommend.
Yes.
Yes.
for me to watch. You've mentioned earlier, Yami, about the power of storytelling.
Yes.
And how it can change the people on how people see the world.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you articulate more about that?
I think when people read stories, it's either they see themselves or they get inspired to become better. When they read stories about characters and what they go through, it develops a lot of empathy and development sa character, sa kanang audience nga nag-take in ana nga story.
And Drae, you mentioned that you want to add something?
Yeah.
Okay, sige,
sure. So for that side, kay kana ganing stories are, if anything, storytelling opens up a conversation. So whatever the people consume, like say for example, if they watch or read or watch something na yes, it could inspire them, it could also disgust them, it could also it would trigger certain emotions, but basically that's what we're here for. We would want to not trigger, of course, but
Open minds.
we would want to open minds, and we would also want to just share a part of the human experience as
Yeah.
well. That's really it.
So it's like for people to identify.
Yes.
Yes.
no? Or if they don't have a similar experience, it opens their mind to other people's
Yeah.
experiences.
It gets them educated.
So for you, Vicky, marami quiz show,
Like-
no? What separates a good story from a great one?
Good story from a great one. I think that would be subjective, bitaw na siya. But as for me, a good story can still be great. So I forgot the title. It was a Japanese film, and I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen clips of it online. It's something that I'm really looking forward to watch. The elements there are so simple. He just goes on about his day. He lives a very routine type of day. But I know that there is a deeper layer. And I think that's what makes a good movie a great one. So the simple elements hold a deeper meaning to it. Only if you allow yourself to see the layer of a simple film. Because one can actually like watch a very simple film or even like a very funny one. And they can just like, oh yeah, kataonan bitaw ito niya. But on a deeper level, what does it resonate to you as an audience? What are the little details that you've seen that could actually help you grow or maybe develop your own character in this real world we're living in?
Yeah.
So yeah.
The first time I'm able to relate to your answer now, because the first time it felt weird was when I watched American Tail. You're from
seen
somewhere
American
out there.
Tail.
I haven't
I haven't
Wala
seen.
sa.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
So this is katong somewhere out there. That's where that's the theme song
okay,
of the
okay,
movie.
okay.
So the character is a rat. Oh, okay, no, I will not
I've
bore
seen
you with the
that.
details.
Yes, I've seen that when I was a kid.
And I grew up watching cartoons to be funny.
Yes.
But at that time, because I was about 7, and then I cried, and I was bothered, like, why am I crying? And I'm watching a cartoon
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
Oh, that's why I remembered American Tales. Like, this is weird. I'm watching cartoon, but I'm
yeah.
crying.
Land
And
Before
that's
Time.
what makes it great. Yeah.
Sige, and then any of you can answer to this, but I think you may have another movie in mind. But what particular story or movie also that influenced the most, no, the way you look at life?
I would have to say Soul.
And we were also answered by Centennial Man. Sige, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I watched that movie during the pandemic. When when cinemas were closed and when that was just streamed online. Because everywhere in the world the cinemas were closed, so they had to like just direct it to streaming. I watched it. After I watched that movie, I saw a lot of myself from that movie, and it really just drove me to it was impactful enough to inspire me to pursue whatever creative endeavors that I have went through from the pandemic up until now. So nga na siya kadako og impact nako na yeah, yun ko na, I should do something, and I have to show up, and I have to like commit for me to be able to just live my life the way I want it to. But it was also in the film that it showed that if it's not gonna work, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Exactly.
you know, if something fails, what do you have to, or yes, you've already succeeded. What's next? You do it again. Do the whole same process all over again. Start from scratch. So that's where I learned that, and then it gave me an insight because that was a really confusing time during the pandemic. I guess that was 2022 or 2020, around that time.
Yeah.
And kuan, it just gave me clarity that okay, you don't really have to rush things. You can just enjoy the process, and then once you're done, once you've succeeded or you've failed, do it again.
Yeah.
So that's it.
And you're nodding, so
I guess since you already mentioned Soul, well, it really is a very impactful movie. Another film that I think really moved me is the one called Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that film. So
I heard about it.
yeah, so ang koan lang for context kay the main character there, he was stuck in a time loop. And the only way, it took him I don't know, maybe years for him to figure out how to get out of that time loop. And the only way is to actually change his certain behaviors, bad behaviors. And he was egotistical. And I think that resonates a lot to me because there are times that taas yun akong pride. Though karon dili na kay aware naman kay ko sa akong self, I'm very self-aware, but there are times nga mo slip ko nga, oh, I think katong nahita kay I tend to reflect man good sa akong mga interactions ba, or kung malain ko about something, why would you make it a big deal? It's very small. Nga nang imong gibig deal tong nahitabuan na bitaw. Kay tataas akong pride. So I think that really moved me kay it just woke me up ba nga, apart from the pride and whole thing. It just showed that you're gonna be stuck if you don't actually do something to become better.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of the film, and it's like a common I don't know, statement that we always hear.
Yeah.
But it really has an impact. Kay ako before, ang ako jung always susulti nga, nganong kani man the same kabantay mo kog pattern, oy nganong sige man ani kani nga certain aspects akong life. When in reality, I'm the only one who can. I'm the sailor of my own ship ba. Ano gani. So, ako ra gyud maka-navigate to get out of that pattern. So, yeah, that was a very good film. You should guys watch it, Char.
No, I have not seen the film also, but there's a book. It's written by a lesser-known author, but my favorite since I was also young, Andrew Matthews. He's Australian, and he presented something like that in another manner. He said, though, now it's like we are in school, but this is the school of life.
Yeah.
Nga, di ba, until we learn to add we have to go back again and take addition until we
Yes.
figure it out. And then
Yes.
after that, we move to subtraction.
Yeah.
If we don't get it, subtraction lesson will come over and over again
Yep.
until we get it, and then we're ready for multiplication.
Yes, that's
And
true.
when I read that, that was also like, oh my goodness. So that's where the pattern is, because I have not learned how to add.
Yes.
Addition again. Oh, and then
yeah.
life will tell you, but you have not learned to add yet.
yes. So balik-balikon yun siya.
Correct.
Yeah.
How about you, Yamie?
What influence, no?
The movie or story?
I don't know if influenced Jude, pero inspired by a lot siguro. I don't know if you guys have seen Freedom Writers.
Wala. Sad.
Freedom Writers.
Yun yung mga movies are
Let's
really
add them to our
that I need to watch. No?
I'm
Sige.
gonna watch
But
that.
it's a story about a high school teacher na kanang she was assigned to like public school na muraganig
Nana
in
ko
a
yung idea sa
shady
plot.
area.
Correct.
Yeah, and then murag kanang she was teaching English to kanang certain set of kids that were
that.
part of gangs and then
think, yeah.
kanang within the class kay kanang magkundra ang mga gangs and stuff, and so kanang ang journey niya sa story was that kanang sa so good kay they wouldn't respect her, they wouldn't listen to her, and then eventually she found a way to kanang pique their interest.
Yeah.
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 By using their own kanang situations, their own kanang life sa kanang ihang teachings. And na-turn around yun niya ang mga students, ang lives sa students. So kana.
No, I think I should watch it.
Yeah.
It's along the alley of, I hope you also know the film. It's like we don't watch
Yes. We don't
each
watch
other's
each other's
films.
films.
Dead Point Society. No.
Yes.
Ah,
yes.
yes.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yes.
And then Stand and Deliver.
Stand.
Lou Diamond Phillips. Pero same
Same siya.
same.
Yeah.
Kana believing in people before they believed in themselves.
Yes.
So, sige kani, any of you can answer the question, what do you think are also stories that are relevant but are not being told enough? Or topics, no, that you think is important but it's not being communicated enough.
LGBT stories.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually the reason why I really wanted to start, especially in our growing industry here in Cebu and sa Bisaya nga region. Okay, we're already underrepresented in mainstream media, so I wanted to look for a way to change that, and starting here sa Atoa.
Yeah.
And I want to add to that. The reason why I said yes to this project as well, well, apart from her being my sister, kanang if there's a movie that I would want to make or to do first, it would actually be something that's very resonant, or that I have actually lived with, something that came from a part of my experience as well. And going back to LGBTQIA plus representation, when she showed me the outline, I was very interested because normally when they say when you say the GL genre, you're just presented with two women in love, and you don't really go behind the reason why, or you don't go or apart from that, nothing much is shown with the struggles that they have gone through. And since yes, as what was mentioned, this is like the first full-length GL film that was produced here in Cebu. Then I guess it would be a disservice for us if ever we don't tackle those struggles, if we don't talk about them in our film. So yeah, we saw the once that there was a back and forth when writing the screenplay, that okay, we would need to include these points to our film, because these are the things that are currently that we are going through as queer people. These are lived experiences, and it's just for example, one of our cast member is a cousin of ours as well, and when we were table reading, it was a very emotional moment for her as well because basically it was her life experience put on paper, and we didn't even know that. We didn't even find out up until that moment na okay yung ana sa day yung kaagi. And yes, people might question why na balik-balik na why would you always present coming out stories, but we really didn't have anything a coming out story here in Cebu.
Yeah, we
That was it.
haven't.
Or maybe there is, but then presented in a full length feature, and then like all the intricacies and all the ganing the complications surrounding that's told in a long format. So yeah, we wanted to make that happen, and here it is.
And for you, Victoria, this is your first film, no?
Yes, it is my first
Debut.
char.
And by the way, before you answer the question, I remembered when we interviewed her, you mentioned about you were learning how to ride the motorcycle.
Yes.
And then when I saw the trailer, and that's when
it clicked.
this is the reason.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So this is actually my first full length film, because I'm usually on theater. So it really is an honor to be part of something that holds so much weight. And Drae did mention some people might ask, nganong sige balik-balik ang nga themes? And I think that's exactly the point. The mere fact that we keep bringing this topic up because it deserves to be heard and seen until it actually I don't know, until it actually lingers and makes sense to people who still finds this confusing. Something like that. Oo, kay kanang ako kay I'm an ally. I'm a straight woman. And I don't know what it's like to live as an LGBTQ plus or a queer individual, and I couldn't imagine the internal struggle of going through that, of the struggle of stepping out, of being seen, of being valued. And it really is heartbreaking to think about you still need to prove yourself. They still need to prove themselves to be worthy and seen na kung pwede raman unta nga, they're already enough.
Yeah.
Them being human is enough.
Yes.
And it's really sad ba, and I think that's what people needs to see bitaw. Nga, hey, they're human too. Why the divisiveness? Why do we need to do that? Why hurt people? They're living their lives the way they want to. I'm a straight woman and I'm living my own life the way I want to. So why hate on them? Why hate on this specific community?
Yeah.
Ana bitaw. And I think bringing this film into the local film industry, or maybe nationwide, yes, nationwide, because it's gonna be shown nationwide. We hope that daghan mamulat ba sa realidad nga, hala bitaw no kanang wala mo ko ka-experience ani. It develops empathy ba nga. Wala ko ka-experience sa ilang na-experience, pero nakita na ko, lisod man na ilang naagian. They're not only navigating their sense of self and their identity, they're also navigating struggles at work, struggles in the family, just like anyone.
Yeah.
So why make it hard for other people? Ana bitaw.
And with aligned to this conversation, at first it has evolved, no, because there were more kanang the jargons that are used, kanang tolerance, and then eventually there's acceptance.
Yes.
Can you articulate that better for our viewers also, no? What's tolerance? And is that enough? And what does acceptance actually mean?
I feel like the main difference is tolerance is more reluctant, and acceptance is like just kind of opening your heart to something fully. And the difference that for the people in question, whether they're just tolerated or accepted, is kanang if they know that they're just being tolerated, then they can't be their full selves gihapon
Yeah.
to those people. And when they know that they're accepted, gay, they can relax
Yeah.
and be themselves. Jud.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
sorry.
No.
And I think that really creates a safe space for everybody.
Yes.
Kana.
Yeah, kay I think there's a lot of misconception, Manggod, no? Like when they hear nga the LGBT community is fighting for their rights. So it feels like this is just based on my personal observation lang. Nga murag na ay mga tao nga, amo ading mga rights ko. No. we're not doing that. Like that's not what we're doing. That's not what they're doing. They're not shoving us aside. Actually, they're fighting for all of us.
Yes.
And bitaw, and that's a misconception that I'm seeing right now in the society.
Yes.
And I hope that a lot of people would be accepting
Yes.
and would actually hear out and actually look at the fine details. Like for example, the Soji bill.
Yes.
Like, sila nga, para ragyod na. No. it's all,
No, it's
it's
for
for everybody.
True. Kana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully, with us just continuing to create stories, this is like just in line. Well, right now it's Pride Month, and then I have been preoccupied with all these projects. So last week we just had a successful run with Hook Up the Musical as well. Shout out to my Hook Up the Musical family. With the response to that as well, I can clearly say na okay, this is why we're creating stories. The impact or the people who tell us like message us through DMs from as one of the cast members na kanang your story is something I can really relate to nga ana. And this is why it has to be told because I haven't really heard that verbalized or put out in art form. So that's what we are trying to do as well as creators. That okay, and we hope to inspire other creators to create stories that would hopefully resonate to a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
Actually, while listening to your answers, I also remembered in a conversation with friends, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the real test now that we can tell whether we're just tolerant or we are really accepting is ang tolerant daw is, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Pero the real test of acceptance is if it happens to me or to my son
Yes.
or to
Yeah.
my sibling, if that is okay, then yes, there is acceptance. Kinamay ka ng, that's fine, but not my son.
Yeah.
Kana.
That's that
But
way.
Not my
Yeah.
daughter.
but-
Yeah.
If there's a but
Yeah.
involved, then
Yeah.
So that's the real test now na you are an accepting person.
So
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whoever is.
Then again, some people also tolerate their family. So, but koan, sani, yeah, our goal here is acceptance, and that's what I guess that's really what drives us to go through all of this just to be able to like tell a story of acceptance.
And also through storytelling, giving a sort of comfort to the audience that even though they're not accepted in other spaces that they might be in, that for us we accept them, in other places, in safe places that we created, they are safe, they are accepted.
Yeah, because the world isn't really there yet at the moment. Even here in Cebu,
Especially in the country.
In the country, if we post something online, even in kuan, igtanaw lang nimo sa comment section sa Star Wars, sa Sunstar when it's Star Wars. Igtanaw lang nimo comment section sa Sunstar, the Sunstar when it comes to like Pride Month activities, you would see the hate.
Yeah.
And we tolerate that. But as much as possible, we would want to
There's a little pushback.
Yeah, but we would want to open minds. That's really the point.
So now you've mentioned also that this is not just about the LGBTQIA plus community, but this is really about everybody. No?
Yes.
So now let's talk about authenticity. No? How important is being true to one's self? Okay, sige.
It's hard to be authentic in a world right now, to be honest, it's hard to be authentic in a world that notices you the whole time. That kung di lang ka mag-update kay kanang naunsa nakahato siya, that expects you to update or to give your current situation all the time, like even pin your location to that level. So it's hard to be authentic and not keep something to yourself. But then authenticity means just knowing what you would put out in the world and knowing that you are still safe when doing that, or knowing that even if this is put out, I'm ready to face the challenges or face whatever is out there when I give this information or when I tell my story to them. So I guess being authentic is just pouring your heart out, but still leaving something to yourself, I guess. But yeah, authenticity. So
Yeah.
it's hard, but we're there.
For me, authenticity should begin with oneself. You have to have like self-awareness at least, or you have to master yourself, like what's within. You have to completely know yourself and know what you want, and also accept all those things that you discover with yourself, because that way you become self-assured, and then that's what you put out into the world, and that's what's authentic.
Ako kay Koan, for me, authenticity is pretty much the same. Being self-aware, because in our context, we are in the entertainment industry. Everything is loud. Everything is huge. So, bisag asa ko ibutang sa entertainment industry nga department. Ano bitaw? Department unit. May ganap
Sa
ako.
dami nating ganap.
Kung bisag asa ko nga ganap ibutang, kung I'm aware of who I am,
Yeah.
I'm not easily swayed by the collective ba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kay I know nga, okay, this is who I am, and it's okay. It's okay nga I don't actually fully agree with what he thinks or says, but we can still get along. Ana bitaw, kay you know man who you are to your core. And another point for me nga makaingon ko what being authentic means is you're still able to live your true life. When I say true life, it's like the life that no one actually knows about online. Like wala pa na nawa nimo ba? Kanang you can still like do the stuff, like in my case maka-journal pa ko, maka-read pa ko. And I can still have time for myself with my family. Kay sa akong na observe man good way back in college. No. When I was working in like an office setup, I had specific colleagues nga they made it to a point nga mura bitaw one way to define who they are is their status. So makita gid siya online, it resonates good online, and they have to maintain it. So just imagine the tension and pressure.
Yeah.
And naabot gid sa point nga na nakuan sa utang. So you see, nawala ang authenticity because the identity now is tied to what they have.
Yeah.
So when your authenticity is tied to who you are to your core, bisag unsa pa kakadato diha, di ginamawa. You can still go back. I think we've talked about this before, to the reference point. He used the term. You go back to your reference point. Yeah. So there's a threshold. No, okay, this is too much. Going back to myself, muli ko.
Yes.
And how important is family support?
Very important. Yeah.
Very important.
But yes, I don't think that we would be as siblings. So yeah, she's my support system. I kind of am as well. But yeah, we're very grateful that at least our mom was able to like yeah, go for tell us to go for the things you like, but of course, just make sure that you also put food on the table. So just don't, you pursue your passion while also trying to make a living. And if you're making a living out of it, then great. So do that. And yeah, it was really her who pushed us, right?
Yeah. She was the artistic one man sa dyan.
In the first
Between
place.
our
So
parents,
go ahead.
yeah.
Hi, Ma. But
Yes, of course, very important. But still, I think because not all families
Yeah.
are the same. So I go back to my answer ganina nga, kanang check yourself jud gyapon. Yeah. Be
And-
in line with kanang your own self first before anything else.
you can also create found families eventually.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. Unsa to? Yeah, okay. Family support. So to be honest, it's quite the opposite sa ako when I started off sa creative industry. Medyo na ay ka ng resistance from my family because they really wanted me to be, the nurse na abroad na. So, yeah. Initially, wala gyud ako gipugos. Wag gyud ako na siya gipugos. But yes, it really is kanang heartwarming to actually kanang magunahon ako ba nga nindot unta nga makasupport sila ingana, and then wala na ko na siya gipugos initially when I stepped into professional hosting and acting and whatnot. Eventually, I think nakita nila nga things are going well. My ilhanan nga murag open na sila was when they asked nga, asa man sunod nimong event ron?
Yeah.
Unsa may sunod nimong kuan ron ganap? Okay, so they're starting to open up and it really feels good nga akong mama, akong aunt, which I call mom, kay mo support gani, open na sila sa the path that I took. It's the road less traveled by
Yeah.
Oh, so it really does matter kay kanang nindot man jud sa pamati kay human man ta. We're not born to be an island. While it does that we always say nga kanang kaya rin ako ra. But there's this little voice inside you nga, would have been nice if naasi ko andari. Would have been nice if
Yeah.
True.
kay innately kay we are kanang beings kanang who crave for connection.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really essential for nga naagi ng family support.
So this one is on to the viewers who are watching, no? What would be your advice is a strong word, hack na lang,
Ha.
Life.
to families who genuinely love a family member, but they just are struggling understanding his or her journey.
Yeah.
Kaya naman gid love, di ba?
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like
Love is there.
don't understand.
Yeah, dili pa kasabot.
It's partly tackled in the film as well, pero more than that, I think empathy by knowing more about what your kid is, whoever family member is, knowing more about their current struggles would actually help. Like for myself, I struggled with like just more recently, like nag-struggle ko og a neurological problem that impacted the whole family. And what my family did was basically research on how they would be able to like deal with the whole thing, because it's not easy to navigate, especially when I'm distressed. And yeah, again, going back to mom, she was the one who, like, she now knows more about that. She now knows more
She's an
about
expert
it,
now, no?
than me. Okay, because I don't read about it because I try to avoid because it impacts my it stresses me out, and then it makes me it also triggers me. So wala. So yeah, empathy, and then research, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Same said empathy, but also sangan lang na love nimo ang person. I think just hold on to the love and kanang just don't listen to anything else but that love. Okay, that will lead you to kanang finding ways to completely understand the person.
Nice yung answers. Empathy and love.
Yeah.
And I really would like to add on to empathy and love. Kay parents, they're adults and they try to step into the world of their kids. So technically mas bata. So I think for parents is go back to being a child. Be curious. Kay sometimes man good, this is based on my experience. Kita humans in general, kanang na certain aspects atong life that we struggle to step into. We struggle to empathize because we're not open to explore.
Yeah.
So we're not open to ask, okay, what's it like? Unsa day ni siya kanang when man ka naka-feel ani? Kay when they start to see the complexity of what the child feels, ma-explore man nila, halaw mo din ang nagian. Diyan na mo suit si empathy.
Yes.
And when empathy steps in, love follows. Love becomes stronger. I mean, love was already there.
Yeah.
The love manggod sometimes muhizi na kay struggle man. So man siya kung anak niya na. No? I mean, wala mo ko'y anak, pero pero we do feel that even if dili na to anak, even with a
Yeah.
friend nga,
True.
weird o kaagi sa akong pananaw. So man humiga, di ba? But what if I ask, Day, unsa may nitabo? Di ba kung ibutang nato in a friend perspective, ay mao di ay no? Walay judgment ba? And then wala na mo empathize naman ka. And maybe this child may have done something wrong in exploring who they are, but it's part of the process. So, no judgment, that's already love. Being curious, love. Mo strong pag yun na siya kung na-empathy ka, kasabot man siya. The parent went back to being a child. Being curious.
And all three of your answers actually is an articulation of what I read somewhere, no? Kanang when we have difficulty understanding a loved one, the answer daw is it's as simple and as complicated
Yeah.
as not understanding them but just loving them.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, easy, but it's not
Yeah.
as easy.
As in, yeah. disagree.
Pero at the end of the day, that's
That's love.
that's love.
Yes.
Sige, now let's move into something closer to the excitement now of this conversation. So let's go back to the film. So why A Quiet Bloom? No?
The title.
The title, yes.
Mabalik na sa
It's not like why this movie. No? It's the title. The title.
The title, actually, it wasn't my top choice. I actually
Yeah.
made 3 titles.
Sige na, you
Yeah.
won't mind if you'll share the other titles?
I only remember one other. I don't remember the other, like the third one, but the other one was Even Without Spring. But it's still like kanang murag mo kuan gyapon
Like
siya
the
sa flowers, yeah, ingon ana. And then akong sa creative team na mo at the time kaya akong gisan na 3 titles, and then
I chose A Quiet Bloom.
yeah, nakadaog si kuan, like it was like a poll, so like A Quiet Bloom won. But thankfully kay kanang daghan kami na open na possibilities because of the chosen title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess when I saw that title and knowing the story, automatic siya ni unlock og a lot of layers that we can talk about. Because each character has their own quiet bloom eventually. Ana gani.
it's
So
making sense.
Yeah.
kanang
Really quiet.
we were able to like incorporate it to the lot of the storylines that
Yeah.
were part of the film as well. So kuan, I was excited about A Quiet Bloom, and then I after that I immediately searched if there were already A Quiet Bloom movies or anything else that was
Ay,
A Quiet
noisy bloom.
and then so far wala pa man mga Twitter handles may
Yeah.
but then again kuan kana it was okay. I guess this is for us. Okay, i-save na paghimo na og page ana daan para kita ni makauna ana.
Take the usernames, all the usernames.
Ano na siya daan. So that's how it went.
And then for Vicky, what draw you into the film?
like what draw me into the film. Koan, I think the wala man gud na ko mabasa initially ang script. Dito na katong nag-table read me together with the team, and then kanang ako honestly initially na surprised ko. Oh my gosh, this is GL. How am I going to navigate this? I've never lived the life of a queer individual. I think that's what drew me to the film. Okay, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna step into the life of my character, Iris, and see where it goes. And from there, it was a good thing man pod nga the directors are very open and collaborative, and they gave the artist freedom to interpret the characters. So mao na siya. I think that's what drew me to the film. The thought nga murag, let's see how Iris would unfold if I step into Iris's world and bring her to life. Yeah. And surprisingly, I did thought bitaw nga kanang dili mo resonate ang character ni Iris when the trailer was released. But thankfully, friends and strangers online have reached out to me pagawa sa trailer, and they said thank you. They were saying thank you kay I really took up the role. And I had friends pag college nga, I didn't know that we're part of the LGBTQ plus community, and they told me nga, hala Vic, wad ko mag-expect nga maabot ka ani nga point that you would actually take up this kind of role, considering nga kaybaw ko of kan straight ka nga na bitaw. So I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And before we close, what do you hope? No, this is for the three of you. No, what do you hope that viewers will take away long after the credits roll? No?
The film tackles a lot of topics, and of course, I want people to realize na the struggles that LGBTQIA plus community experiences, but and the realities that they have to live in a society that doesn't fully like accept them yet. But even more than that, I wanted to create like a safe space where queer people could feel seen and represented and understood. And I also like if it can just give comfort to those people, then I'm good.
Yeah. What she said. But yeah, to add to that, again, we didn't really try to make it that deep, but then there were conversations that we really had to put in to the film. And I guess seeing those situations in an art form, and then just seeing that, oh, okay, this is actually really happening right now. And how they resolve it in the film doesn't really matter, or it does. Well, it
depends.
It depends, but it is an inspiration. Oh, okay. If ever my son or if ever my daughter is going through this, probably this would be a good way for me to deal with it. So those kinds of things, and yeah, that's really what we're aiming for, that it connects to the people, and as what the people who have already messaged her, that they would feel seen and they would be able to like relate to the characters of the film. A lot of them are going through different struggles, and so are we. And yeah, let's just watch our struggles and
learn from each other's struggles.
learn from each other's struggles.
Oo.
Yeah.
Ako kay I hope the audience would take away that one thing, that is love for others and love towards oneself does take time. It takes time to bloom. Kay kay kuan man good when you're under pressure, ako nasa ko'y gibit-bit emotionally, and then the people around me are affected, mura na sila maka-feel na pud sila sa
Yeah.
pressure and tension. But the love is there. But there's confusion. Complex kay siya, no?
Yeah.
And I think it's very important nga makita nila sa film that each character in the film, wala nagdungan o bloom. They bloomed in their own time, quietly on their own. So I think that's one reminder that I hope na makita nila nga. I have my own pace, and I hope the family or the people around me who loves me would understand that, and I too would do the same to them.
So now this is the time to invite our viewers to watch A Quiet Bloom.
Yes. Hello mga taga Cebu, and of course to those who are watching sa Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. I'm Victoria. Ako day Leila akong kaugalingon. I'm Victoria again. I'm playing the role of Iris for A Quiet Bloom. So A Quiet Bloom is gonna premiere on June 21 at SM Seaside, and there will be a meet and greet. Yes, sakto,
Yes.
no? Yes. Nagdaibog na ko schedule. And then, June 24 to 30, there's going to be a regular showing. That's going to be at SM Seaside, SM Lanang Davao, SM City Cebu, and
SMOA.
SMOA,
Mall of Asia.
SMOA, and then ICM, Lapu-Lapu City. So please do watch out. Don't forget to grab your tickets. And for the premiere night, if you want to watch the premiere, please do message our official Facebook page. That's A Quiet Bloom, and our official Instagram page. That's A Quiet Bloom Film.
Yes. So yes, again, this is Drae, the director of A Quiet Bloom, and yes, inviting you all to please support and watch our film. Premiere again is gonna be this Sunday, June 21. All the cast members will be there. So apart from Iris, you will also see Hyacinth there.
Yes.
So Victoria and Lay will be there during the premiere, and we will also have a celebration just before the premiere. So yes, just come through as MC side.
Yes.
And
Hi, I'm Yamie. I'm the co-director and screenwriter. For the premiere on the 21st, there will also be a press conference at 4 p.m. And there will also be performances by some of the cast. So watch out for that. And it's going to be a big celebration.
in line with Pride Month too.
Yes. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
So thank you, Yamie, Drae, and Victoria. And thank you to Coffee First for supporting conversations that matter.
Yes.
So this afternoon, we heard stories, perspectives, and personal journeys. Some may relate to them completely. Others may see life differently, and that's okay. What matters is that we continue to create spaces where people can speak, be heard, be treated with dignity and respect. And that applies not only to identity, but also to religion, politics, culture, and many beliefs and experiences that shape who we are. So this is DJ Moises. This has been Beyond the Headlines. Have a good afternoon.
Good
Thank you.
afternoon.
It starts with a fresh shot of espresso. Bold, rich, pulled just right. Then comes the milk, steamed smooth, creamy, and balanced. The perfect latte is not rushed. It is crafted, one cup at a time. Your perfect latte is ready. Coffee first, then everything else.